Hello, students. Welcome to the online course for General Psychology. This video will be giving you an overview on how to navigate the course. So as you can see here, I am in the Announcements tab. This is by default where you should land when you log into the course. I'll be making announcements as we progress through the course, such as moving on to the next module or any other important announcements. So you can see on the left toolbar here, sometimes this is hidden away, especially if you're like on a smaller screen device, like a tablet or your cell phone, and you'll need to bring out this menu on the left side. Once you're there, you'll find the announcements, meet your professor, which contains my contact info, email addresses, you can reach me, my cell number, my office if you're ever on campus, and my schedule for the semester. This could be helpful if you're having a question at some time of the day and you're wondering how long it may take me to get back to you. For example, if you're sending me an email or a message at 10, I'm probably not going to get to it until my office hours later in the day. The office hours are a really good time to contact me, especially if you want to do like an appointment or a virtual meeting. We can do that through Teams. So send me an email if you're interested. Right, clicking on your first module over course information first. As you can see here in course information, I have a printable syllabus which contains all this information should you want to print out the syllabus. So my office hours are listed, contact information, meeting time, asynchronous because this is a fully online course. There's not a scheduled meeting time, although you'll be completing assignments according to due dates every week. This course is completely online. There are no face-to-face requirements for the course. The book is located here. If you click on that, you'll see it takes you to the website to access the book. You can download it as a PDF. You can order a print copy. You can look at it online. The book will also be found in each of your modules by chapter. So this is if you want the whole book or you want it printed out. Course descriptions. We are supposed to give you an introduction, such as the study of perception, conditioning, learning, intelligence, motivation, emotion, and personality. So there are student learning outcomes right here. We expect you to learn about the scientific method, the theoretical concepts, and being able to analyze and research the theories of behavior and cognition, and different perspectives such as the biological, psychological, and social cultural factors. Here's the course calendar. So this is kind of an overview of how quickly we may cover a course. A chapter. So you can see your first week of school. After that first week, we will be covering the next chapter. So we cover about a chapter a week where you're expected to complete your reading and complete your discussions and quizzes. After 3 to 4 chapters, you'll see that you have an exam due. The exam is due generally the next week on a Wednesday, whereas assignments are due on Mondays. So we'll talk more about that once we get into the modules. This is a grade distribution, so how much of each assignment counts towards your grades. You have quizzes, discussions, exams, final paper, final and the final paper, as well as opportunities for extra credit. You can figure out what grade you will be earning at the end of the semester by looking at the total points as we go along. You'll see that in each module, I give you an update on what points you should be at. Lastly, the syllabus covers the assignments and descriptions about that assignments. All right, let's get into your first module. So as we proceed, you'll be accessing these modules, and you can see that in the overview of the module, I discussed what we're going to be covering in that module, kind of brief couple of sentences about each chapter and also about what you should be doing in that chapter. So you can also see that I have the deadlines scheduled for each assignment. This is your reading. So readings for each chapter. Chapter 1, Chapter 3, and Chapter 4. We are skipping Chapter 2. And there are suggested reading dates. You should always read earlier, but if not, you should probably read it by 9/6. You should start reading earlier than the due date because there is a discussion for each chapter. And the first post is generally due a few days before you should complete your reading. So you can start reading, have some questions, make a discussion post, and complete your reading in a few days so that you can take your quiz. So our first order of business, chapter 1, you want to read it. You want to make a post by 9/4, and then you want to complete replies by 9/7, just like when you want to take your quizzes. So you are responsible for replying to 2 of your classmates' posts. So the reason we need the first post is because other classmates will need to see a post, your post perhaps, and click on it, read it, and respond to it. So that gives you about 3 days to respond to someone else's post. You can also access the course for the full set of materials in each of these folders below here. You can access it by clicking on these links. You can see that it'll take you to read the chapter. Clicking on this will take you to take the quiz. And clicking on this will take you to complete the discussion, where you would click here, create thread, to make your own discussion posts. And as stated in the instructions, you probably want to make a unique title so that your classmates can be more incentivized to click on what your discussion post is. Going back into the module, you can click on each chapter as well. And you can see the ability to read the chapters, slides for that chapter if you want to read it and read over the key points for a presentation, a printable vocabulary terms for each chapter, as well as an audio file that will read the chapter to you. Be aware, it sounds very robotic. And then you have your discussion, including the prompts to your discussion here. Why are you taking psychology? Answer that. Why? What are you looking forward to? And tell us about yourself. And once you've completed that, you should wait a day because your classmates are now posting their discussions. And then you can come back on the next day and start responding to 2 of your classmates' peers, although you have about 3 days to fully complete that. Remember to keep the responses unique and avoid 1-word or 1-sentence answers. We're looking for critical thought and connections to be made between you and a classmates, so you don't want it to say yes, no, or I agree. And that pretty much wraps up the assignments for each module with the remaining exam to be included. So you do have an exam that comes up later that you can take an exam. It's due by 9/23. So after you have read and completed assignments for chapters 1, 3, and 4, you will go and complete the exam. It is a 30-question multiple choice with 65 minutes to complete it. It is open book, open note, and you have 2 attempts to get the high score should you desire. And yeah, and we'll be proceeding through each module in a similar way. All right, good luck on your course, and I'll talk to you soon.